everyone, and welcome to Selwyn Tech Topics. Today we'll be going over the basics of Microsoft Word. So here I'm on my home screen, my desktop here. You can see we have other Microsoft apps such as Publisher and Excel, but I don't have Word on my desktop. If you do, you can double click on that. If not, we can go to the bottom search bar here. So you can left click in there, or you can go to the start button here and we can bring up the search bar if it's not already listed. So we'll left click in there. I already have Word up there because I was looking at it earlier, but if you don't, that's okay. You can just type in Word and it should come up there. So mine's at the top. It should come up there. Click on that. Double click. That'll open up this. This is a bunch of templates here we can choose from. So we've got quite a few. If you wanted to just start a template so you don't have to do all of the editing, or we can do a blank template. So we'll start off with blank. We'll double click on that. So here we are on our open new document. It's all blank page. So we'll create our title first. So we're going to change the font here. Maybe we don't want it to be Calibri. Maybe I want it to be Times New Roman. So here we are. I've changed the font. Maybe I want a bigger font size so that the title stands out more. We'll choose 16. That seems reasonable. And I'll also make my title bold by clicking on the B right there below Times New Roman. And that will make the text bold. Now we want our text to be in the center too to stand out. So that's all the left, center, and right aligned. So I'm going to click on the center alignment there. And that makes our text go in the center there. We can see the type space there. So we'll do title of document 1. There we go. And I'll press enter. Now I want to type regularly. So I'm going to go to the left align. Left click on that. I'll make my font smaller as well. We'll click this down arrow, left click, so I can click 12. Seems like a good font size. So we can type here, but we also want to get here, we'll underline our, let's make a subtitle and we'll underline it. So subtitle 1. So the U with the underline is to click the subtitle, but maybe I don't want that bold, so I'll click the B for bold to take that off. We do want the U with the underline. So the subtitle 1. I need to get rid of the underline, so I'll click it again, the U with the underline. Now maybe I want to type, we can start typing our regular document. So I'll just write, this is my first sentence. Maybe I want to italicize some words for emphasis. So I can go up to the I and click on that. It's a little slanted I, left click, and can type some words. So these words will be emphasized. Let's enter again. Let me get rid of that. So I'll click again on that. Maybe we want to type in a color like red, for example, here. So we'll click the down arrow beside the A and click on red. So this will let us type in red words. So here we can write this sentence is red. Go down. Maybe we want to type in a different color like yellow. So we can type this. Oh, look at that. So that's really hard to see. We can highlight the text. That'll make it easier to see. So if we go up to highlight here, you can highlight it in different options. So there's blue. We probably contrast with yellow the best, so we'll go dark blue. And so we're going to type our sentence first. So we're going to go in blue. First, you have to type the sentence, and then you highlight it at the end. So we'll type in, I'll just type the sentence. I know it's hard to see. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to left click and drag it over and then let go. So that highlights that. And then we're going to click on the highlighter there so it highlights it in blue. And now that's much easier to see with the blue background and the yellow text. Okay, so click enter. I'm going to turn my text back to black so we can see it a little bit better. So let's make it right aligned. We can do that. Align right. Click that, and it has us typing over here. So this sentence is to the right. We did centered, we did left, and this one is to the right. If you're typing in dialogue, that would be nice. So we'll go back to the left-hand side for the example here. Now, what if we want to type a list? So this first option will be the most basic option. We can just type in a dash and press enter. It will auto shift it to the right, so it's easier to stand out. So it stands out easier, sorry. So we can do a couple list items, and if you want to get rid of the list, you just press enter twice, and that moves it along and stops auto shifting dashes because you don't have to type in any new ones. So my list too. Let's do different things. So instead of dashes, let's do dots. So up here, the 3 dots, you can click on that. There's more options too. So let's click on the solid black dot and we can type in a new list. So we could do item 3, type in enter. I think there's other options too. You can also do a numbered list, which is kind of cool. So you can have a list of items, or item 3 could be number 1, item 4 could be number 2. This auto generates the numbers as well, so you don't have to type them out. And if you press enter there, it will stop auto numbering everything in your list. It will end the list. So what if we also want to insert an image? We'll go to the top left and click on insert. You can choose pictures, which are straight from your computer. Any files you have uploaded, or we can click online pictures. So that's a left click. We can search Bing. Click in there. Let's search for an apple. Let's say we're making a grocery list. I'll click on the first one, double click, and that gives us an image of an apple there. So this is a little big. We're going to hover over the square on the right there till it becomes a 2-directional arrow, and I'm going to left click and hold, and then I'm going to drag it so it's smaller. And then I'm going to let go of that left click so that it's a little bit smaller. Now we want to move it a little bit up. I don't want it down here. So I'm going to go where it says wrap text. So right click, go to wrap text. And then let's go tight. So tight will make it very close to the text. So now I'm going to left click and hold in the middle of the image and drag it up here. There we go. So it's right beside our list there for easy viewing. So there we have our image. Now, what if we want to insert a table? So let's click on insert and let's go to our table. It's 3x1 table. Let's go for 3x4. So we've got our table there. I'm going to go back to home. This is just showing us a bunch of design options. So I'm going to click home in the top left there. And I'm going to click bold so that I can make my titles of the columns and rows more emphasized. Now, each cell in the table, so each little box there, every time you click into a new one, it restarts the settings. So it gets rid of any bold settings that you had before. So we'll have to click on bold each time. So I'll click there and then I'll click the B to make it bold again. You can also press and hold Control on your keyboard and then click on the B key and then let go, and that will make it bold. So you can also do that. It's a little bit quicker. Now that row, the first column there is a bit wide, so we're going to hover over that line when it turns into the 2-directional arrows, and we're going to left click, hold, and drag. So that's a more acceptable size. No point in wasting all that extra space. So now we'll see here. I want to highlight all of it, so left click and hold and highlight all of it. I'm going to right click. And I'm going to click distribute columns evenly. So this will distribute those 2 columns nice and evenly. That way they're the same size. We don't have to drag it around and pretend to try and get as close as we can. That's perfectly distributed. So if we left click and hold and drag over 2 cells there and then let go. If you right click, you can go down to merge cells and left click. And that will merge those 2 cells that you see there. So we can have a whole row of merged cells if you'd like. And so that's our document there. So we've finished with our document. Now, when we finish, we want to save it. So we go to File. I want to go to Save As. So I'm going to go to Save As. I'm going to click on Computer, left click. Right, I'm going to save it to my desktop so I can find it easy. So left click on desktop, and here I'm going to title it. So you can just backspace and then type in, I'm just going to call this Word Basics, and I'm going to click save. So left click on save. Now here's our document here. Let's exit out of this top right, left click on that. So now we're out. There it is there. We can see our icon. It'll just be off to the side. So we can see our Word document is saved there. And if we double click on that, it'll bring up our document. So you can refer to that and continue to edit as you'd like to. So that's the basics of Microsoft Word. I hope that helped, and good luck.